Hey gamers, my name is Captain Badass and welcome to my quick Game Pass reviews. In this series, I make the tough decision on whether the game on this month's Game Pass is worthy of your time or not. So let's jump on into this, shall we? So let's start this series off with a long-awaited sequel in the trilogy, Wasteland 3. Wasteland 3 is an isometric RPG based game, so if you're familiar with games such as the original Fallout series and Baldur's Gate series, then this game is most definitely up your alley. The game begins with a gripping introduction to a faction known only as the Rangers, who act like a militarized law enforcement similar to that of the police force in the original Mad Max movies. The game then throws you into the character creation menu, which you can then build and name your own avatar. The character building for Wasteland 3 is very extensive, as you have multiple options when it comes to clothes designs, different hairstyles and war paints, variations to height and body builds. But where the attention to detail really comes into play is when choosing skills and play backgrounds. Now those of you who have played D&D games will be able to understand the mechanics and the importance of choosing your skill set. But for those who are new to this type of gameplay style, I'll give you the rundown of things. Choosing a skill or a set of skills and your background is very important, as this will determine how you can play the game, as well as what interactions you can have with other NPCs and other world environments. So make sure you read through your skills and backgrounds before confirming your character. Once you have finalised your character, you'll be dropped into where the intro left off. The Rangers were in the middle of assaulting the dam against a faction of deranged psychos who are determined to stop you from achieving your objective. You'll start in the middle of a firefight, and like I said, for those of you who are familiar with the mechanics of D&D and games like the original Fallout series, you'll pick up the controls naturally. But for those of you who have never played this type of game, played before, I will give you the basics. The combat is turn-based, which means you will have to take turns between you and the enemy when attacking and moving. Now, depending on your character setup, you will have a set of action points. These points will allow you to move around in the combat area and or attack depending on the number of AP you have. The combat will also take distance and the environment into consideration, as some enemies may be too far away for your weapons to reach, or they may be behind cover and are unable to hit them from your location. Or it may be a mixture between both, so when making choices in the game, you will really need to consider what the consequences will be of your action. When out of combat, you'll be able to walk around the map naturally and interact with the different NPCs. The game has a very extensive dialogue system and allows for multiple choices, but be careful as to what choices you make, as some will be irreversible. The game also has a light comedy elements to it, such as when I was developing my character, I noticed that I could have a very unrealistic minion-sized character to play with. The NPCs also have a touch of comedy, such as when interacting with the robots at the main HQ. They speak in a garbled mess, which was rather humorous. The dialogue itself offered some comedic elements, such as telling the robots in the HQ that I was from the IT department and here to resolve their issues. So, is Wasteland 3 worth your time downloading? Yes, it is. The story is very well structured and the combat system is very well built. and the game allows for multiple choices, which means that you can have multiple playthroughs, which allows for replayability. It also seems to have some base building capabilities, but I have not played that far into the game to confirm how extensive this mechanic is. The game style may be difficult for new players, but you can always play with a friend, and the game allows for multiple saves, so you can always save beforehand and after each encounter. Hey guys, don't forget to stop by Triumphant Chairs to collect your ultimate gaming chair. Now that I'm affiliated with them, you can use my 10% discount code to give yourself a nice little treat. They have a wide range of RGB chairs, so if you love colourful lights and really need a new upgrade for your stream, these are the chairs to go by. Plus, they've also got free shipping on all orders, so yeah, best time to catch this great deal right now. I'll leave the discount code in the description below, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.